Hi. For everyone that thinks I'm some flawless god or whatever, I'm so sorry. I mean, I even teased this one a bit too early, come on. Yes, everyone has their failed experiments and projects, and so do I. These are the main projects I scrapped, making this Seal's Scrapyard. These all happen to be monthly themes as well, which isn't a coincidence. As of right now, there are 3 I want to discuss, starting off with the one from April. This is the month I started the GDDP series, and for it I decided to grind out some GDDP levels in April. First I wanted to do them in chronological order, but then I came across some levels that I hated, so I scrapped that plan. Since then I haven't finished any of the GDDP tiers besides the beginner tier, which I don't even have finished now because of course the levels got changed up. I do play all of the levels to such a point where I have a good opinion on them, and you know, finding out any weird stuff with hitboxers or gameplay or lag or whatever. But yeah, no, I decided to not beat every single level I talk about anymore because that's just not worth my time, and I don't have that time right now. I did make a valiant effort, but yeah, no, it didn't work out for me. I decided not to make an episode on this month because the levels were ones that I was going to cover or had already covered either way, so that wouldn't have made much sense. I did beat the hardest level I've ever done for a monthly theme though, with me beating AQ this month in like 3 days because I fluked the ending. Let's not talk about the buffer click I died to 5 times before fluking it from 70. Anyway, a lot of people think this level kinda sucks because it's overrated. I don't. I really love this level. I really enjoyed it, but that's probably because of, you know, Besides that, I also beat a shitload of lower end GDDP levels, and also some insane demons here and there, mainly being Flat Major and Acropolis. Acropolis was actually okay, though a bit annoying. Flat Major, I fucking hate it so goddamn much. Oh my god, please remove this from the Amber tier. Yeah, I get you have to have annoying levels in there, but of all levels you could have picked, this one is so bad. Wait, this isn't a GDDP tier episode. Still, please, for the love of all things holy, unholy, and satanic and demonic, please just remove this from the Amber tier. Just for the love of God. So yeah, you got a spoiler for the Amber tier. Good job. Acropolis was a bit better, but still kind of miserable. Though that was to be expected with it being, you know, Acropolis and all. This is like being the less annoying younger brother. I also beat some levels from the monthly packs because, yeah, why not? I was bored, I guess. So yes, a very high effort month was completely wasted because I was never going to overload you with that much GDDP content. Like, there would have been, I think, 4 GDDP uploads in April. Like, that's too much. Here's a quick list of every level you missed out on me shitting on. Done reading? Well, now you're up to the test of counting. I wanted to make a list of increasing difficulty until getting to my 500th demon, which would have made a very intense monthly theme indeed. Sadly, I underestimated how much time this would take and decided to just take half a month for it, which was just too tight of a deadline, especially in hindsight. Like, that was never going to happen. I was making like a ladder of GDDL difficulty that I accidentally f***ed up around halfway through, which is the exact place you don't want to f*** up. Fuck you! Mechanical showdown! Like, this is just the one place you can't rectify it easily, which led me to doubting if I should continue. The final straw really came when I ended up finding out I didn't have the time to finish the last couple of levels, and so I just decided it wasn't worth it to beat 3 more insane demons before just getting to the 500th. So I just beat a couple of easy demons of random difficulty and then decided to do ICDX as my 500th after dropping it like 3 or 4 times. It's not even my most dropped level. That's the funny part. What a cool fact, am I right? I also f***ing hated ICDX, so that didn't help at all. I know, real grasshopper burning vibe this one gave off. I hated pretty much everything I played from this aside from Change of Scene, which I actually thoroughly enjoyed. Levels like Stalemate and especially Back on Mountain just made me question if artistic freedom was something that should exist. To be fair, both of those levels are actually very influential and very important, but good lord, I did not like playing them, especially back on mountain. To be honest, I wasn't that sad to scrap this because everything just kind of went wrong right from the start, except for the fact that I did end up beating ICDX exactly on time, which was actually a surprise to me. And yes, the level had been sitting at 96% from a progress fluke for like a year at that point. I really needed to finish this off. Once again, here is a quick list of the levels you won't hear me trash in this one. And believe me, I really did not like most of these because there are some classics in there. So it wasn't a total waste of time, I guess. Okay, so this next one is easily the one I'm most upset about not working out. The Showcase Channel Roulette. I love this idea because it's basically I'll have what he's having, you know, that fast food trend, for GD levels. So like, I'll beat what he's beating, basically. I spun a wheel, and whatever channel it landed on, I would beat the level they most recently beat on their channel. And that's the entire gimmick. I would do this for a full month. I would get rich, bitches, and tinnitus. What's not to love? Anyway, this is one of those ideas that's far better on paper than in practice, because finding enough channels to fill an entire wheel proved to be very challenging. I just couldn't find many channels that fit the criteria of not being XN, and so I just turned to random channels I knew about, which is fine. It did make it a lot more doable for a while, but I quickly realized that this would mean either a completely random level you've never heard of, a very popular level, or an obscure as insane demon would be all of the options, which made this idea kinda fall apart. This is one of those ideas I really would like to revisit once I'm a lot better at the game though, because beating extreme demons in this way sounds hysterical. Sadly, I did find out this doesn't work the hard way, with me beating some supremely random bullshit for this monthly theme before scrapping it. I mean, I don't care how much you love my content, you don't want to hear me talk about guiltiness for a full minute, right? Like, that's the type of levels I got. It's just levels that you've never heard of before. I did save the wheel spins, so if you are curious what I actually got for every single spin, I'll just put them on screen right now, I guess. So yeah, this kind of stuff just happens every now and then. It's fine, but it's just a bit of a waste of time. Thankfully, I did find out very early on that this didn't work, so I spent the rest of the month beating extreme demons, which is also a good time sink, I guess. I beat 80X that month, which is f***ing horseshit. But whatever, that was basically my goal for the second half of the month, and I did so. Like, the pre-drop is boring as shit. There's just choke points out the ass, and it's just so input heavy, and I hated it, and it's second half heavy, and I died to 96 somehow. Yeah, I think Foot Fungus is more fun than 80X. But I am continuing this trend of beating extreme demons while doing the monthly themes. I've already done the flawless for my next monthly theme, but we'll get there when we'll get there. So yeah, I have a good bunch of filled projects, as you can see. I am not perfect, and not everything goes your way all of the time, even though you really would like to sometimes. Rest in peace, Showcase Channel Roulette. I would probably have finished these, but whatever. I don't mind having to scrap things every so often. Will I be flawless from here till death? Well, that's for next time.